What's up guys, welcome back here to the Vivid Racing YouTube channel. I am Dan and today we're going to be playing with the brand new BMW M3 G80, the latest model to come out. And guess what? This thing has 6 speeds in it. It's a manual transmission. It is a proper car. But we are going to further the performance of this great twin turbocharged engine by really enhancing the suspension with KW. KW is a suspension system I have used for years in my Porsche cars, from the 997.2 to the 991 and many others. So we're going to get this car loaded up with KW's new system, the H.A.S. It's a spring coil system to utilize the factory strut, so we keep all of the cool suspension buttons inside the M3. So let's check out the KW H.A.S system, then we'll jump in the car, take it for a rip stock, bring it back here, do the install, and you know what's going to happen next. We're going to take it back out and see how it performs. So here it is. This is the KW H.A.S system for the G80, G82, M3, M4. We've got our spanner wrenches on top, nice and neat. And here is the product. The H.A.S system allows you to set the ride height with the factory struts with their custom designed springs. So here you go. We've got KW spring, their patented bump stop mounts. And then here is what the H.A.S is all about. This allows us to utilize their spring system, the factory strut, and set the ride height as I said. So here we can lower the car or raise it to whatever height setting we want. KW provides us with all of the technical documents to give us their recommended height setup. And for this car running the stock wheels, the 1920s, we're gonna have it just sit right above the wheel to give it that almost tuck look while still keeping a great handling ride. So here it is, the full H.A.S system from KW, the front, the rear, all the different spring perches that we need for the rear and the front. Now, before we get this stuff installed, let's go take it for a rip. Here we are, we're in the M3 with the fresh, newly installed KW H.A.S system, and we're just cruising along, and you wouldn't know it, but this thing is lowered, stiffened up, and is ready to really handle the difference. And since I've run KW on so many cars, I'm a firm believer that these are one of the best coilover or spring components that you can get for a street car that you want to take on spirited drives or even do weekend track events. And that's what this M3 is bred for. We've set up the car to be dialed. Right now we're running the stock 19 and 20 wheels, so it's got a good stance to it. It's nice and low, but not too low. We don't have any rubbing, we don't have any grinding, it's good. And we took it over to get an alignment done. We're running about 1.8 degrees of camber front and rear, and of course the
the recommended caster in tow has been set as well. So you can see that even with the KW, because the way they design their springs, the car rides very well. That was just a set of train tracks we went over, and it is still smooth, but if we want to do some handling, it is very responsive. So KW has a variety of different suspension systems, everything from their Variant 1 as an intro level coilover to their Variant 4 and their Club Sports, which are used on almost full track cars. One thing KW has always done is they have created a certain type of bump stop, and this material acts like a third spring on coilovers, or in this case, a second spring. So for your cruising down the highway or on the streets, these little bumps get absorbed really nicely. But when you are on the track and you need to push it, the spring rate and spring design keeps the car in a great position. There's a double apex here. Very responsive to getting right on.